Hey guys, it's Jonas from the Knife Shift. Just got a little bit of spare time here, so I figured I'd do a little bit of a quick movie review. We haven't put out a lot of content lately, so didn't want to leave you guys wanting. So yeah, my buddy Jesse, my co-host of the Knife Shift, we were talking about a movie today that we hadn't watched in some time. It was House of a Thousand Corpses, the first Rob Zombie movie. And I hadn't seen it in some time, so I figured I'd go back and give it a rewatch. Wow. Yeah, I really did not remember a lot of things from this movie. Uh, Definitely not as good as the later works of Mr. Zombie. Uh, yeah, highly unpolished. Is that a good thing? I don't know. It's one of those things where I can see how he was really emulating that kind of 70s grindhouse kind of style, but man, just so much After Effects kind of camera work. It kind of ruined it a little bit. Did I hate the movie? No, but man, it just made me appreciate Three from Hell so much more. Now there is going to be a 3-pack Steelbook Blu-ray coming out pretty soon, and I hear it's going to be a Target exclusive. So we'll keep you guys posted on when that might be coming out. It's probably year end, something like that. There's no specific drop date yet, but yeah, be on the lookout for that one if you're a fan of the Rob Zombie movies. But getting back to House of a Thousand Corpses, man, I did not remember the end of that movie, but I just going back to the beginning of it. I gotta say, the the way they started this movie with Captain Spaulding, uh, really was a big fan of that. That character really carried it for me, at least at the beginning. Uh, that was probably the reason that I went to the theater to see The Devil's Rejects. But my God, that movie, uh, that one will lead you to a serious case of depression by the end of it because there's no good guys. There's just lesser forms of evil. It's just it's hard to pick a side when all the sides are shit. With House of a Thousand Corpses, though, you go into it pretty much knowing it's kind of a Texas Chainsaw ripoff. They knew what they were doing. They got Bill Moseley. I mean, you can't go much more of a kind of companion piece for Texas Chainsaw than to get the guy from Texas Chainsaw 2. And I've met Mr. Mosley. He's an awesome guy. I love his acting. He's fun to watch. Him as Chop Top is probably one of the most iconic kind of horror bad guys that you would never want to run into, other than Leatherface himself. But with House of a Thousand Corpses, he was really playing almost like his own version of a psycho. I'm sure Rob Zombie probably just went up to him and just ham it up really good. It was probably the only direction that he gave him. I know I'm speaking out of school here. I don't know what Mr. Zombie was actually saying but in the director's chair, but it was his first movie. Now, there was an episode of Joe Rogan you guys can go look up where he goes into a lengthy discussion about making the movie for the first time, and basically what it boiled down to was the studio offered him a shit ton of money to make a horror movie. That's it. There was no expectations. They just, here, go make something crazy, you crazy rock star horror guy. Did it work? I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys. You guys can sound off in the comments what you thought of the movie. I didn't hate it. If I'm going to give it what, out of, are we going to go with the Joe Bob rating out of 4 stars? I'm going to give it 2, and that might sound harsh. Don't get me wrong. I get that. But there are a lot of movies out there that I wouldn't even give a 1-star rating to, and they're much more critically acclaimed than House of a Thousand Corpses. They tried something different, and I can say cheers to that, but, you know, there's a limit to what I would call entertaining with my violence. Is it artistic? Yeah, I'll give it that. But you didn't set out to make an art house movie, though, did you? You set out to make a horror movie. Now, artistic horror movies are few and fucking far between for a reason. it's hard to pull off. I don't think Rob Zombie pulled it off in this one. But that's just my take. I'm clocking out of the Knife Shift. Have a good one.